Hello students, welcome to the first session of Data Acquisition and System Design. I'm your teacher Mandeep Singh, Associate Professor in Electrical and Instrumentation Engineering Department. So this session will be basically on the discussion of the subject and especially about the course contents what we are going to study in the coming semester. Let me start with the objective of this course. The major objective is so that the student can understand how we can interface the transducers and input devices when they are designing any instrumentation system. This course is of 4 credits. It will include 3 lectures and 2 hours practical lab. There is no tutorial in this subject. The first unit is about data acquisition techniques. In this we will study types of data acquisition systems like analog data acquisition or digital acquisition, then how we can interface transducers, then we have unipolar and bipolar transducers, sample and hold circuits, and some problems while interfacing transducer with the system are interference, grounding and shielding, and they will be also covered under the first unit. The second unit is the most important unit, and I know from my previous students that they have told me that this particular unit is very important as far as their campus interviews were concerned, GATE exam is concerned, and mostly the capstone students are very much interested because when they are doing hardware they are using some kind of data acquisition in their project. Coming to the third unit, that is data transfer techniques. In this we will discuss various methods by which we can transfer the data from hardware to our system or from sensor to the final computer system. It includes serial port like RS-232, then GPIB, LAN, USB, HART protocol, and some industrial protocols like field bus or field foundation bus, Modbus, ZigBee, and Bluetooth. Then we'll discuss the data acquisition systems in which we will look on graphical user interface and software what we are going to use, and finally PC based data acquisition system. Regarding lab work, in this course we will focus upon op-amps and their design and simulation. So for design and simulation of all the circuits related to op-amps, we will use ORCAD or Multisim software. So you can design, you can simulate all your circuit in the Multisim, and then you can give some conditions to that circuit and see how that circuit is behaving under those conditions. So that is the advantage of simulation software. Before going into actually practical circuits or practical hardware circuit, we can see how the circuit behaves if we give different kind of environment or different kind of inputs to that circuit. So our major portion of the lab work will be going around ORCAD and Multisim, and it's optional to you. I will discuss Multisim, so you can also download the free version of Multisim software. In our lab we have a licensed version of Multisim of National Instruments. In few last experiments, we will do hands-on experiments on instrumentation amplifier. Then we do some interfacing of few sensors with our data acquisition cards so that we can visualize the final output on computers or desktop or laptops. So this is all. The next one is CLO, that is course learning outcome. We hope that after completion of this subject, you will be able to elucidate basic elements of the data acquisition techniques. I mean, you will be know these are the various methods by which we can acquire the data. The second one is you will be able to design and simulate signal conditioning circuit. That is again application of your lab work. Third CLO is you will be able to explain various data transfer techniques like Bluetooth, Zigbee, HART, Foundation Field Bus, LAN, RS-232, and so on, so on. The last CLO is you will be able to understand the components of data acquisition system. It means when you will be able to design a complete instrumentation system, you will be know that these are the main components that should be there when I am planning a data acquisition system. So that's all about our course contents and its course learning objectives and outcomes. Now let's start some discussion on our subjects, that is on the first unit. So before I start first unit, the first question in your mind will be, what is data acquisition? So whenever you heard about this word data acquisition, you should think three things in your mind. First one is there is a sensor or transducer and you want to display the information which is given by sensor or transducer at the computer. So to do this thing, we need some kind of a device, some kind of a hardware, and that hardware is known as data acquisition devices. So data acquisition is a process of measuring or monitoring any physical variable and then converting it into a form so that the information can be viewed or manipulated or stored on a computer. So in any data acquisition system, there will be three elements: your sensor or transducer, then hardware, and finally the computer. Being an instrumentation engineer, I hope some of you will have some this kind of job opportunity also, where you have to design this DAC device or DAC hardware. Like, you need to know that how I can do the signal conditioning of the sensor, then how can I interface this output of the sensor to a PC or laptop. So that is data acquisition. So if I summarize, data acquisition is a process in which we transfer the information from sensor to DAC, that is some hardware which we will going to design. Mostly it is a signal conditioning or A2D or some amplifier. And then the information is transferred to the computer. So it is a process by which we monitor the output from some sensor and displaying it on a computer. This is a very simplified block diagram of DAS, data acquisition system. Again, three components are there. First one is sensor, then hardware, and finally software, because we want to show the output of or the behavior of sensor or transducer on the PC. If you see the diagram, it's clearly mentioned in a block diagram also that signal conditioning is very important, and that is the basic objective of this course, that we will discuss how we can get the information from sensor and transducer from in a better way, do its conditioning, convert it to analog to digital, and then connect to the computer through some bus. And we can also think upon some kind of a software drivers. In this subject, we will rely on the pre-existing drivers or available drivers, but in next stage you people can also learn about some of the driver designing. But in this subject, our main focus will be on the hardware part. We have the sensors with us, we have the computer and some kind of software like LabVIEW, it's already installed on that, but we have to design a hardware which is able to connect sensor to the computer. That is the purpose of this subject, and it has been shown by a simplified diagram. If we see the block diagram, or you want to note down the block diagram as an academic purpose, you can see you can see there are 5 building blocks. You can see there are 5 building blocks of the DAS, that is data acquisition system. The first building block is physical system itself. It contains some sensors, transducers, motors, relays or actuators, whatever it is. The second one is signal conditioning circuit, because we know the output of any transducer is a noisy one. So to remove that noise, we need some hardware which will do the conditioning like filter or amplification, and to convert analog signal into digital one, because computer is only going to understand the binary language. So we need to convert that analog signal into digital signal. So this is one of the important thing. You should note down this block diagram. Now data acquisition is of two types. First one is analog and second one is digital. So we'll discuss first one, that is analog data acquisition. In the analog data acquisition, all the components are analog in nature. So either it is transducer or it is signal conditioning like amplifiers. Op-amp itself are analog devices because we give the analog signal to it and it gives output in the analog form. So when we have all the signal from transducer to the display is in analog form, we say this data acquisition system is analogous in nature. So as shown in this block diagram, you can see the transducer is also analog, like any temperature transducer that will gives you the variation in voltage from 1 volt to 5 volt, let's say. That variation is then given to op-amp based signal conditioning circuit. The output of op-amp is given to some multiplexer where it can be manipulated, stored, and or it can be multiplexed with some other signals also. And finally we are giving that same analog signal to some visual display or graphic recorder or even magnetic recorder for the storage purpose. So when the complete structure is analogous in nature, we say that that data acquisition is analog data acquisition. This is another block diagram, very interactive one. So here I have one example that you have temperature and pressure. We are amplifying it, the signal which is coming either in millivolts or volts. Through amplifier we are amplifying it and giving to a multiplexer, and multiplexer is connected to a display where two different displays are combined so that temperature can also be displayed as well as pressure can also be displayed. Below is the diagram where we rarely use op-amps as amplification. Here we use usually for removing the noise and directly giving the output to some kind of plotter so that it can gives the output on a display. In this I have given an example of ECG plotter. You must have seen when we are taking readings from human body, the body potential is directly fed to an amplifier and output of amplifier is connected to that ECG machine, which is analogous in nature to plot the behavior of that body potential. So that is the best example of analog data acquisition. We have some of the cards available with us where we provide analog input directly from the transducer and we can directly connect that output to some kind of analog plotters, analog displays or magnetic recorders kind of a things because it gives you amplification. Second type is digital data acquisition. Now here the difference is the final output is digital in nature. It may be possible that transducer itself is not analogous in nature. We can amplify the signal and use one A to D to convert that analog signal into digital one so that we can record the signal, we can store the signal, and finally we display the signal in a digital format. So whenever we use A to D, or if I say whenever we display or store the signal in a digital format, that system is known as digital data acquisition. So this is an example of digital data acquisition system. In this case, we have two analog transducers like temperature and pressure in the similar previous case what we have. Now after amplification we need, so in this case what we need, a new additional thing is analog to digital converter. So once they have been digitized, they have been fed to the multiplexer, and finally multiplex is giving the digital data to the laptop or any digital device for the better display. And this kind of a thing has been converted using time division multiplexing. Like at one time, the data from temperature transducer has to be given to the display device, and after some time the data from pressure transducer will be given to the display through multiplexer. Another example is in a case when do we have a digital transducer itself. So in that case there is no need of analog to digital converter. We may have simply digital signal processing so that we can do some signal processing task like amplification or level transmitting kind of a thing, and these signals can be directly given to the display device. So digital data acquisition is more quicker than the analogous one. Main advantage in digital system is that with the display what we have is a digital one like computer screen or some other dedicated display device for that data acquisition system. Thank you all the students. That's all for today.